Welcome to Extra Cash Flow. We'd all like some extra cash flow in our lives, right? Well, what you're about to discover is an honest and ethical way to create additional income and more wealth. We're an experienced and dedicated team of accountants, financial traders, and advisors who can help you achieve financial security for yourself and your family. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to start accessing the best financial advice available in Australia today. We're fully licensed financial advisors and therefore are strictly regulated. Figures and returns quoted are independently verified by our governing body. What we would like you to do is take 10 minutes of your time to watch the following presentation. We strongly recommend you watch the presentation carefully as it can change your financial future. The presentation lifts the lid on how the banks use your money to make extraordinary profits. Once the presentation is over, simply enter your details on this page to learn more.
Who is this presentation for? If right now you're looking for a better way of investing your money and getting it working for you, if you want more cash flow in your life, if you want to be able to retire earlier without sacrificing your quality of life and avoid ever having to rely on the pension. This is what I call the black box wealth formula. It's how you can turn $20,000 into $53,000 in less than 12 months. Using the hidden strategies that the banks use to make money, I've been able to regularly get up to 265% returns on my investment. And this has allowed me to build my wealth, pay off my home, and I'm even on track to retire early. So what am I going to be revealing? The secret system that the banks and the wealthy insiders use to make their money. How to use all of this to pay off your home and retire earlier and gain more disposable cash than you've ever had before. Have you ever felt like you're not getting a big enough return on your investment or feeling like there's something being hidden from you? Do you have any idea how much money you need to quit your job and retire, or let alone how to get it? Does it really frustrate you when others are able to pay off their house and buy investment properties or go on extravagant holidays all while you're working your guts out to provide for your family? Does the whole retirement thing scare you? I mean, will you have to work forever or live on the pension with only $300 a week? Well, you're not alone. The problem is that you haven't been told the whole story. Information has been withheld from you by the banks and the big corporations. And when you're told the wrong things and not told the whole truth, it's impossible to get your money right. And as a result, you follow the typical advice. You buy a house, you get a mortgage, you spend your entire life paying it off. You might buy an investment property or invest in stocks, but these take forever to see a return. And I should know. So who am I? Well, my name is Mark Mitchell, and I've been a mortgage broker for 21 years. I was fed the exact same lies as you. I had a mortgage, I paid my bills, and I did it pretty decently. Even though I was an expert of the financial system, I always felt there was something I was missing. I mean, how were all these other guys making so much money? Now, I have a shameful admission. I thought I was pretty smart. I thought I understood how everything worked. But I lost a lot of money investing in the wrong things, trying to get high returns from high risk. And what happened? Well, the financial crash of 2008. But there were some that weathered the storm, that still made money. And that's when I discovered real wealth strategies. So my great discovery. After fighting against the lies I was told, I finally met someone who completely changed my life. This was someone who knew how to build wealth and escape the rat race. He knew about the lies and told me exactly where I went wrong. So what happened next? Well, using what he taught me, I was able to turn $20,000 into $53,000 in my first 12-month test. That's almost enough to pay off a big chunk of an average mortgage. I then realized I should pay more attention to this strategy, and since then my entire life has changed. And that's why I tell my family and my friends and everyone I meet. But why is it so hard? Well, the first thing we must do before going any further is identify what is stopping you from achieving financial success right now. And the first reason why most of us fail is we're just part of the system. We work for the man, we pay our taxes to the government and buy a house, and that leaves us with $400,000 in debt. We're then stuck working for the rest of our lives to pay off that debt. Now, sure, if you put every dollar you earn into paying it off, it would disappear. But you need a quality of life too. So we paid it off over 25 years, giving the banks almost $350,000 in earnings at the same time. And this leads to reason number 2. And this has become the norm in Australia. It's just what we do. So we never question it, look for a better option. And without looking for a better option, you'll never find it. Reason number 3, confusion. And confusion is a wealth killer. When you don't know what to do or how to do it, it quickly becomes frustrating. It's easier not to think about it than it is to solve the problem. So you've got two options. Either you continue on the same path you're going, giving the banks all your cash and continue to chase your own tail, terrified of retirement, unclear about what the options are, or you actually follow a system that actually works. You follow what I'm about to talk about. So how do the banks actually make their money? Well, the main one people know is that they lend out other people's money at a higher interest rate than they pay. The second is a lot more hidden and secretive. They actually make most of their money by what they call financial instruments, which is just a fancy term for things like currency and shares. So why do they trade financial instruments? Well, it's a lot more profitable than just making profits from interest rates. They actually use your money to trade in these financial instruments like shares and currency. By using high-tech computers and hiring top analysts that are able to get much better returns than the average person, even up to 300% or more. And don't forget that they're using your money to do this. The good thing is, you can use it to your advantage too. So what is it actually? Well, sometimes referred to as forex trading or derivatives trading, the banks and financial institutions trade these on a daily basis because they're able to predict where the returns are with their software and expert traders. So here's a basic example. You know that the Aussie dollar is going to fall. You buy trade 100 Australian dollars into 80 US dollars, okay? And when the Aussie dollar falls, you can trade that 80 US dollars for 130 Aussie dollars. So you've made $30. Of course, it's much more sophisticated than that, but between trading currencies and other instruments, the biggest difference between the average person doing it and the banks is their access to the latest technology in predicting trends, but also their top-level experts who command large salaries for their expertise. And that is why they're able to get these amazing results without having to worry about the risk of losing it all. But remember, it's your money that they're using, so they need to be safe. Now, since I've been using the same system, I've been able to get 265% returns. That's turning $20,000 into $53,000 within 12 months. And it's not through me learning or trying to beat the system, but because I now have access to the same systems and people that the banks do. Can you imagine if you had the ability to add at least $30,000 a year to your income? I mean, how much faster would you be able to pay off your house? How much more enjoyable would your life be? And then you can keep investing that $53,000 and turn it into over $100,000, because that's exactly what I've been able to do following this system. And this system is now available for you to use and follow in real time on your computer. You can follow along, see the successes, and get this exact same results. You can even take your money out 24/7 whenever you want or need it. I mean, how great would that be? I personally call this the afterburners because it's like strapping afterburners to your investment. Now just take a look at the monthly results I've been able to get. Now you don't have to go through 12-year learning process that the experts do. You're going to have the advantage of using what they've learned from the banks and all their experience. The veteran traders will make the trades on your behalf so no mistakes are made. And you're going to have direct access to their software and technology that you can watch from your computer or phone up to the minute and be able to take funds out whenever you want to. Let me explain a very simple concept to you. There is something that I got explained to me by this person that I met who is very high up in the banking and financial system. He explained to me the concept of pioneers versus settlers. He said pioneers get scalped, but settlers prosper. This example comes from when pioneers were heading over to the New World, when the Americas were discovered and pioneers were heading over to the New World and having incredibly difficult time settling in. The pioneers were the first people over there who were building the first cities, who were putting in place the first farms, who were building the first houses, who were clearing the first amounts of land and had an incredibly hard time in the New World. Because they were the first people to do anything. They were the first people to ever be doing any of these things that they were doing. Meanwhile, the settlers were able to come over a couple hundred years later and be able to use the systems and the instructions and the foundations that were already set up by the pioneers. Can you imagine how much faster and easier it is when you follow a system that dozens of pioneers before you have put together, pioneers that have already made the mistakes, they've already made the wrong choices, they've already figured out the right things and the wrong things to do, so you can go in there and not have to make those mistakes yourself. That's exactly the opportunity that you have in front of you. The banks have already been the pioneers of this. They've already pioneered this system, and you get to come along and follow what they've already been doing. Imagine being taken by the hand and shown exactly how to invest, how to trade the currencies, how to get the best results and best returns using things that have been proven to work time and time again. So you don't have to come in and make the same mistakes that we did. This is all about you being able to stop being stressed about money, to make you be able to improve your cash flow. It's about you being able to retire earlier and with a greater lifestyle. You can go on better holidays. You can use that money to pay off your house faster. Stop being stressed about money. Improve your cash flow. Be able to retire earlier and with a great lifestyle. Go on better holidays. pay off your house faster, keep reinvesting, invest in property with your gains. We also show you how to minimize taxes with it, and we're going to guide you through it. Imagine being able to watch your wealth increase by the minute on your phone or computer whenever you want. Being able to get up to 265% returns on your money, and knowing your finances are sorted no matter what. So how do you get access to this system and find out?
So there you have it. The banks are using your money to make extraordinary profits and are not passing on those profits to you. Isn't it about time you started making the same returns on your money as the banks do? Don't miss this chance to secure your financial future. To learn more about how you can start achieving financial security and getting some real returns on your investments, simply fill in your details on this page.